What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and today we're going to talk about the truth. And we're going to talk about how people have no concept of truth and how society has replaced truth with half-truths and with societal programming. And people take societal programming to be the truth when it's not. It's a half-truth, and it's something which deliberately shrouds the truth, and something which deliberately only tells people part of the story. So people are taking societal programming to be the truth, and a lot of people don't even care about the truth. And people have no concept or no idea of truth. It's not something that's like in people's hearts, and it's definitely not in their minds. You know, people aren't thinking like, oh, what's the truth? I want to find the truth, you know. People have no concept of what truth even is. People think that truth is subjective. People think that truth is like, I have my truth, you have your truth, and whatever, you know. It's like there's lots of different truths out there. There are lots of different perspectives. There are lots of different perceptions. There are lots of different ways of seeing the truth. But that truth is the same. It doesn't matter who's looking at it. It doesn't matter what perspective they have. The truth is the same. It is objective. It is unchanging. It is solid. It's not different for whoever's looking at it or whatever. People can see different parts of it, and they can see it in different lights and stuff, but that does not mean that the truth is different for different people in different circumstances. No. It does not matter what time it is, what time in history, whatever. It doesn't matter what country you're in. It doesn't matter what religion you're a part of. It does not matter what politics you believe, whatever. The truth is objective, it's unchanging, and it's the same no matter who you are, you know? And I want to clear that up, you know? And beyond that, people believe societal programming, and they believe whatever society tells them is true. And what society will do, it'll essentially say, like 2 plus 2 is 5. You know, it'll say that, and people will believe it. And because people have been indoctrinated from the time they've been babies to believe 2 plus 2 is 5, and everyone around them is telling them that 2 plus 2 is 5, and there is a partial truth to that. If you add 2 plus 2, you're going to get 5 is close to the answer, but it's not the right answer, you know. You're still performing addition, it's just inaccurate. But the thing is, people have been so conditioned by this and conditioned to this, and, you know, everyone around them is telling them that. And, you know, if you start to say that 2 plus 2 does not equal 5, it equals something different, you can face social ostracization. People will get mad. People will get angry. You know, you could be pushed out. You could lose friends. You can whatever. Just by questioning that, you know? Just by questioning the basic equations that are going on in our society. Government, religion, the education system, politics, whatever. Global government, the World Health Organization, whatever, the Bilderberg Group. You question any of this stuff, and there's so much of it, and you say, hey, what's going on? Why are we doing things the way we're doing things? 2 plus 2 does not equal 5, you know? But, again, people are so indoctrinated to believe that they'll get mad. They'll get really mad. How dare you say that? My father believed 2 plus 2 was 5. His father believed 2 plus 2 was 5. My mother does this all the time to say 2 plus 2 is 5. She's part of the 2 plus 2 is 5 community and has made so much sacrifices. If my grandmother heard about this, she'd turn over in her grave. You could hear that, you know. You could hear, oh, you don't think 2 plus 2 is 5? You're so intolerant and hateful. And you could hear that, you know, that you're intolerant and you're hateful or whatever. They will use everything in the book to attack you. You could say, well, the top scientist says 2 plus 2 is 5. Do you think you know more than him? More than the top scientists, the top doctors? Huh? Smart guy? You know, they could hit you with that. They could hit you with, you know, some religious guilt and say, oh, you're not good spiritually. You're not good with God if you don't think 2 plus 2 is 5. They could use anything. You're not very patriotic. You don't like your country if you don't think 2 plus 2 is 5. You know, they could use that. They can use all of it. You know, we went to these colleges and these universities and these, you know, educational systems, and they say 2 plus 2 is 5. So how dare you say it's 4, you know? And the thing is, these are all logical fallacies that they use. Appeal to authority is a classic logical fallacy that the Matrix encourages people to commit, and that most people in the Matrix commit. If someone has a lab coat and there's some scientists and some PhD and they've done all this studying and they present a scientific theorem and that scientific theorem is wrong, that scientific theorem is wrong and incorrect and does not work. Bottom line, it doesn't matter how many degrees they have or PhDs they have or how long and white their lab coat is. It doesn't matter. Same goes for religion, same goes for everything else. And people think that, you know, and it's a logical fallacy that's 100% ego, you know. And the thing is, beyond the people who will get angry, some people won't get angry, but they're just like brainwashed, and you'll talk it out with them in the weirdest way, you know. So you'll say, look, like, I'm gonna lay these marbles out, you know. We have 2 plus 2 marbles, you know. 1 marble, 2 marble, 2. Another marble. We have a 3rd marble, a 4th marble. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 marbles. No 5th marble, you know. Doesn't work like that, you know. And you'll get a number of responses, you know. One response you'll get from people, because the Matrix works on a system of false duality. So some people will say, well, you know, I actually, in my country and my worldview and my perspective and my religion, we actually believe 2 plus 2 is 3. So I'm on your side here, you know. 2 plus 2 is 3. And I'm like, no, it's 4, not 3, but whatever. And then they'll go on about how it's 3 and we're all alternative and we do it different and whatever that may be. And really it's 3. And you're like, oh man, you know. So they're going to try to get you with a false duality where you'll have all these people saying like, oh yeah, brother, I'm on your side. I don't think it's 5 either. It's 3. And you're going to have to hear about their false dichotomy and stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, like nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows the truth because these other guys who are supposed to be whatever, who are also have a different view, are also off target. And they're saying it's 3, you know, really. And it's like, and if you count them out, they'll get all mad at you too, and they'll go, oh, you know, in my family it's 3, and in my country it's 3, and in my culture it's 3, and we fought so hard to say 2 plus 2 is 3, whatever. You'll hear a variety of different things from people, but you know, they'll hit you with that false dichotomy. But I'm going to circle back to what I was saying before. You'll have people who won't like get mad at you, but they'll just like, you'll just talk to them and you'll just like have the most illogical, looping, weird conversations. You'll say, okay, so, you know, okay, I have 4 marbles here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So clearly 2 plus 2 is 5 is not true. And they'll go, well, we count 0 as a number. And you'll go, 0 is not a number. You're changing the rules of mathematics to make this illogical thing work. And that's what they'll do. They'll go, well, you know, we have different views of mathematics. And you're like, and you start to just slap yourself on the forehead having a conversation like that. They go, well, you know, we believe 0 is a number and we count from 0. So we count 0 as 1 and then we count 1 as 2. And you're like, oh my God, you know. But that's what they'll do. They'll like start to change the whole rule book up and they'll start to say weird stuff like that. And you're like, oh, no, you know. And it's so frustrating because you'll talk to them, they'll go, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll go, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 for the 0. And you're like, it's not there though. What are you talking about, you know? But they'll have some weird, screwy logic like that. Or you'll be like, all right, there's 4 marbles here. Look. They'll go, no, it's 5 marbles. They go, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 marbles. They'll go, well, there's 5 marbles. And then they'll go, you know what? Let's agree to disagree. I see 5 marbles. You see 4 marbles. We're at an impasse here. You know, doesn't really matter. It's your truth, my truth, whatever. You know, we're choosing to see different things. We have different perspectives. It's like, no, there's 4 marbles. It's not a matter of perspective. If someone is literally blind and they cannot see, and they can say, I don't have my vision, I see no marbles because, you know, my eyes don't work, literally, you know what I mean? But it's like, we both have eyes, we both see the 4 marbles very, very clearly. And they're going, no, it's 5 marbles, whatever. And it's just like, oh my God, you know, you'll go in circles. You'll go in circles with them. And they'll go, well, you know, it's 5 marbles. And the thing is, they're very, very overconfident that they know what's right. A lot of them are very, very overconfident. And they've never questioned this. So they have this weird false confidence of like, all right, funny guy, I know it's 5 marbles, but you almost tricked me into thinking it's 4. And it's like, because it is 4 marbles. Like, just look, you know? But no, and it's just like, you know, it's just people are so brainwashed, and, you know, the concept of truth has been so removed from people. It's been so removed from people, and people have not stopped to think about things for themselves, research things for themselves. People have not stopped to find their own conclusions. They haven't stopped at all. They just want to blindly listen to what someone says and not question, not prove it, not disprove it, not hold it up, not really think about it. And any thinking they do, it's just ego. It's not their actual mind. It's like people are locked out of their own minds and can follow procedural programming. Like, I'm driving right now, you know, whatever, that's societal programming, so I know how to drive, I need to do that. I'm speaking English right now, societal programming, I can speak English, you know, but the ideas I'm speaking, I'm actually like using my mind and thinking for myself to put these ideas out there. Most people can't do that. Most people don't have like any ability to like think for themselves, or to use logic, or to discern or differentiate, or to kind of like look into people or situations. They're just hoping someone else can kind of do it for them, you know, and they're hoping that that person they follow along with is doing the right stuff. Or the thing is, like, I don't even really think they realize like how much they're just not thinking for themselves, and how much they have just turned off their brains, because everyone around them has done it too. And because everyone around them has done it, that seems normal. It seems like the normal thing to do. So I think they just have no idea, and they have questioned nothing. And they're just going along with these premises that society has given them. And they're just like, well, society will give me an area, society will give me a box I can go in. That's nice and comfortable. Cool, you know, fine. And the thing is, it's like they go into their societal box that, again, is telling them that 2 + 2 is 3, or that it's 5, or that it's 22, or whatever, telling them some wrong answer, but they find comfort in going into that box, you know? You know, but I really wish like people would start to think for themselves and use their own brains and question things, and like really actually use real logic, not just, oh, the authority figure said it, so it must be true, you know? To really think about things for themselves, to use their own mind and their own heart, you know, because you have discernment within your own mind and heart. You do. And within your own mind and heart, you can kind of tell if something is truthful or not intuitively. You know, you can kind of like look at it and you can think about things. I think most people are just like, they don't trust themselves they don't trust their own reasoning. You know, they've had all this, like, people have been lost confidence in their ability to think for themselves, and the ability for them to reason for themselves and stuff. But you can do it. You can do it, you know. All right. I'm going to end this one here, but thank you all so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you all. Also, I just hit 10,000 subscribers, so much love to all of you for making that happen. You all are awesome, amazing. I appreciate you so, so much. And yeah, there's no concept of truth in our society. There really isn't. And I wanna change that. And you know, all we got to do is just start thinking for ourselves and start using our own minds. But yeah, God bless you all so much. So much love for you all. And yeah, Truth Tiger is out.